Hey YouTube family, yes, it's Jay again. Um, meant to do this yesterday, but got tied up with time, so I'm doing it today. So sorry for the inconvenience, but I'm doing a Thanksgiving leftovers. Thanksgiving leftovers, just simply because my dad really liked Thanksgiving the next day. So this is my dad, guys. That's him in his younger years, and then that was him at my graduation from high school back in 2005. But yeah, so I was sitting here the other day thinking of what to do for a topic on my leftover Thanksgiving dinner. So my aunt Claudia decided, told me to do it um, like a Thanksgiving leftover dinner in honor of my dad. So that's what I'm gonna do. Um, I'm just gonna talk about how much he um, how much I helped him and Claudia, me and Claudia, during his time in need, basically. So back in October of 2010, I took him to the doctor's office because he was complaining that he was having pain in his neck area when he swallows. So took him to the doctor's office and they did a whole bunch of tests and they did a whole bunch of labs and they did like a bio on one of his, where he had like a little ball, or he had a ball of mass on his neck. So, so come November, that was in October. So come in November, he got diagnosed with cancer, and basically, so they started treating him for cancer. He was going through. He did several months of the holidays passed. We had him with us through the holidays, and then the new year came, and um, we had him for New Year's. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Better. So we had him for New Year's, and so we just cherished every moment we had with him, and just kept giving him positive words to keep going throughout the year. So he did several months of radiation and chemotherapy, and then finally he was done with everything, with his radiation. He was done with the chemotherapy. They gave him this little certificate saying that he had completed the radiation and chemo for his cancer, and basically saying that the cancer had went away. So about a month down the line, or maybe even less than that, I just can't remember. He started hemorrhaging from his mouth, and so it freaked me out. It freaked out my sisters. So we rushed him to the hospital. We called the EMS and we rushed him to the hospital. We get to the hospital and they're working on him. They're doing a whole bunch of tests throughout the whole time that we're there. And so basically, when we ran through the test came back that he had cancer again. So, but this time it was spreading, I guess, towards the chest area. So, um, so yeah, so they at that time they diagnosed it as a stage 4 cancer, and and the doctor was basically said that after the third time he hemorrhaged, because we took him back to the hospital, and actually the second time they went in and they did a clamp on the artery, and they said that he shouldn't have him anymore again. Well, it happened the third time, and happened the third time. He bled out. We took him back to the hospital, and basically the hospital just told us that there was nothing else that we could do for him. There was no pain medicine strong enough for him to for them to give him. So they decided to tell us that they wanted to put him on a hospice care program. So we put him on hospice care, and Claudia Cardenas opened up her door and allowed me to take care of my dad at her house. So we talked to the administration for hospice, and we did a whole bunch of stuff to get enrolled into the hospice care program. And so he was on hospice care. Everybody at now they're called Odyssey Hospice Care was really really great. Um, they treated us really kindly. I love every single one of his nurses, especially his CNA, the one that would help him um, take a shower, clean up, and everything. Um, so yeah, me and Claudia had to do shifts. Claudia was always a night owl, so she would do the, I think like 11 o'clock to about 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I would take over from there. And basically, it's just making him feel comfortable, give him his medications he needs so he won't be in pain, because hospice care provides medication strong enough for cancer patients. So making sure he was pain free, he wasn't suffering, and just giving him that comfort that he needed, and as well as for us just being there with him through this time in need that he needed us. So we did take in turns. There's just basically monitoring him, to giving him medication, giving him his food that he needed to be eating, and just taking care of him. And basically, I left my work, I left school to take care of my dad, and my dad told me that I didn't need to do that, but I had to, because just the way he took care of me when I was small, now it was my turn to step in and fulfill the position for me to take care of my dad when he needed me. So, so he went to Khalid's house in September. In September we started all this. In September we started all this hospice care stuff for him. So during the during that time he was very how can I say, he was hallucinating already. Um, he went through a stage of hallucination where he lashed out on me and he wanted to like hit me with. He always had a cane next to him, and he raised up the cane and he wanted to hit me with it. So the nurse told me to get out of the room, so I had to get out of the room. She goes, go in there in the next couple of hours and just reintroduce yourself. He's going through a stage where he's not memorizing or noticing who everyone is. So now at this point we want to state who we are. So I had to go in there and state my name, who I was, and just to keep that memory in him, saying that it's okay that I'm here for him, to take care of him. So we went through many months. We went through about a month and a half with that, and then he became semi-chromatose. Basically, what that semi-chromatose is basically he can hear and he could feel us, but he just can't move. He's just asleep, and it's just the way that the body works when it's starting to shut down. So, so he spent about almost a little about I want to say about a month in that stage, where I would just go in, I would talk to him just like a normal person, and just tell him that I'm there for him, that I love him so much, and that me and Claudia would always be here by his side until the very end. And so yeah, so and just it was just the overwhelming of support that we had from his sisters and my his sisters and my sisters. They will go over, they'll help us out whenever they can, but I was there full time for him to take care of him. But yeah, and my aunt Claudia, which is his little sister, was there as well, helping me take care of him as well. So um, I give her a big thank you, Claudia, for doing everything that you can and opening up your doors to allow my dad to stay there. So so December came around, Thanksgiving came around, we had Thanksgiving with him. We sat in his room and we ate the Thanksgiving dinner with him. And then December came around, and in December we were just just enjoying the last, making sure we have a good Christmas, and um, just telling him that everything's gonna be okay. That it's if it's your time to go, Dad, go ahead. You have my blessings. I'll take care of my sisters for him, and make sure everything runs smoothly. And so yeah, so on December 15th of 2011, I noticed some different changes on his body. So I noticed some changes on his body and some different features that he had. So I called his nurse real quick. I called his nurse, um, told him the different things that were going on to him, and explaining to her what he's going through. And so basically, she got there like within an hour, hour and a half. She was already there, and basically, she was already filling out the paperwork to put him on a 24-hour care. And basically, that 24-hour care was just for a nurse to be there 24 hours to just keep him comfortable, making sure he's going through everything right, and making sure he's not in pain when he passes away, basically. So, so she was in the living room doing. She came in and she checked his vitals, and she told us to start calling family members because he wasn't gonna make it. Um, within the next couple of hours. So she was doing. I started calling all my family members, and so they all started getting there, and we're all just giving him some positive and loving, loving attention before he passed away. So she was doing the paperwork in the liver in the kitchen, and then like around is I want to say 6 o'clock, my aunt comes in, and she comes running in because we're all sitting there in the kitchen, saying comes running in saying that he wasn't breathing anymore. So we go back in there, we all rush in there, and he had the nurse, he had me, he had my aunt Claudia, her sister Norma, and my little sister Mary, um, around him, and basically she looked at us and she said that his heart is going weaker and weaker and weaker. And so at around 6:05 on December 15th, 2011, that's when he took his last breath, and I lost my dad. And just going through everything that we have been through, um, he's been a big, big, big supporter of me. Um, I've been a big supporter of him, even though he lived his life in the fast lane, but that was the way he wanted to live his life. But I was there for him. I was there whenever he needed me to be there because that's what us kids, that's what we're here for. We're here to take care of our loved ones whenever they need us to take care of our loved ones. So that is just a little story. I didn't really go into detail about everything. That would have been longer, but yeah, that was just I just highlighted the main points of who I wanted to thank and who helped me the most whenever he needed the help, and just eating this turkey and just um, remembering the good memories of him just brings joy to my heart because I know that he's not suffering. It's going on 6 years already. I know he's not suffering. He's pain free. He's up there with his mom and his dad, and he's rejoicing with the Lord, and he's just having a good time in heaven with his mom and his dad. And now his twin brother passed away about I want to say about 2 years ago too. So his twin brother just joined them up there. So which is my godfather. So yeah. So now they're just um, uh, enjoying each other's company up there and living a pain-free environment up there in that paradise that we will all see one time once we get up to him. But yeah. So that was a little background of a little story time on how I took care of my dad, me and Claudia, and that he liked Thanksgiving dinner the next day. and just enjoying his company. And now the things I can do is sit here and look back at everything I've done for him, knowing that I'm okay with it. My conscience, I don't have anything on my conscience of anything that I've done bad. That I don't regret anything. It's just to, my dad was a very loving, caring person, just to love everybody. Just love everybody just the way you want to be loved, and you'll return bigger blessings in the end. And it happened. It happened, and for caring for my dad and everything else. Now I'm back on track, and getting seeing the things that he's been through as an adult, and learning from his mistakes, something that I won't follow, and just live a good life basically. And so this is for my dad, and may he rest in peace. So right now, um, that was just a little story time about my loving father. So if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you for everybody that have subscribed to me. I really appreciate everything. So yeah, I really just want to thank everybody. Thank you for Friday for bringing up this topic for me to start talking on over a Thanksgiving lunch slash dinner, um, on what he liked and how I took care, how me and Claudia, took care of my dad through his last 3 months of his life. So yeah, so if you like this video, subscribe to me if you haven't subscribed to me, and thank you for everybody that has subscribed to me. And I will hopefully um, come up with some more stuff. Give me some more ideas of what y'all want me to do. I'll be blessed to have. I'll be blessed to do it for you. So I know Fit Angie wants to donate one, and I'm still working on Claudia to do a donate one for me. So yeah. So mashed potatoes. These are the bomb. These are fully loaded mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes with bacon and cheese. It's really good. So yeah. So that's a little bit about my father. Um, actually, I just went to go visit him at the cemetery today when I came back from HEB, because he's just down the street from me, literally down the street from me. So yeah, so this is my father in his younger years. That's him. And my dad was known for never wearing a shirt. He never wore a shirt whenever he was at home. Whenever he only wore a shirt whenever he was going out. Other than that, he was always without a shirt, but in his jeans. He was a hard worker. He worked with his dad for many years in the got steel tying business. So until my grandpa retired and no one ever took over the business, but yeah, he loved to work. He was always working. My dad could party, he could party hard and get drunk, but he was up on Saturday morning by 6 o'clock having his coffee and getting ready to go to work, and then he would wake me up. And on the summers when I was just there at the house during the summer for when I wasn't going to school, he would drag me with him, and my grandpa would pay me, so I would work in steel tying for a bit. And so yeah, he would wake me up, go to work, and come home. But those are the and other memories are just him waking up in the morning and just waking me up just to go have a taco down the street at the taco shop. I mean, at the restaurant, at the Mexican restaurant. And so I would get up, go with him to the Mexican restaurant, even though I was tired. I was tired, but he would get me up and he'll go to the restaurant, and we'll go to the flea markets and walk around the flea markets for a bit, and then just so I do have a lot of memories and a lot of stuff that I've done with my dad. And I'm not one of those kids that really neglected their dad. and they don't have any memories of it. I do have a lot of memories of my dad, and I am grateful. So whenever I look back or I just want to reminisce on something, I reminisce something on something that we have done together, like either going to the Mexican restaurant or just spending a day together at the flea market and just buying different stuff. So yeah, so yeah, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will get on here and do another video pretty soon. Give me some ideas what y'all want me to do, but that is my little dinner here, my lunch, and so subscribe to me, like this video, let me know what else you want me to do, and I'll make a short video clip of it, or I'll make a long one, whatever. However, my iPad here could take, because I was trying to do off my phone, and my phone for some reason only lets me do so much. But I time to bust out my iPad and do it off my iPad now. But I don't know how it's gonna come out because of the resolution. So I may have to buy a better one. But yeah, I hope you like my story. It's a little touching for me, but we all get through it. We all have a soft side to us. So that's my story from when my dad had taken care of my dad, not just with me. His sister Claudia Cardenas opened up her door and let me stay the last 3 months of his life there at his house, at her house, and she as well helped me out to take care of him. A big thank you, Claudia, for everything you've done, for taking in me and my dad, and just caring for her. God will bless you in many ways that you know that He will. So until next time, I love y'all. I love you guys, and subscribe and like this video. I will see y'all later.